Hey, it's Andrew with the Above Average Investor podcast. Today we're continuing a series on Ramit Sethi's book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. This is a great personal finance and investing book for the average earner, for the average person if they want to become an above average investor, if they want to live a rich life, as Ramit Sethi talks about later on. And we're going to jump right into the book summary and talk through the top lessons. Today we're doing a special podcast from Glacier National Park. I want to show some of the lifestyle that I live and maybe it's relatable to you. I like spending my time on traveling, especially camping, and trying to hit a lot of the national parks here. And so we're doing a little out of the studio today and in the best studio possible. Drop a comment if there's a grizzly bear behind me. Thanks. So first chapter here is optimize your credit cards. A lot of us have multiple different credit cards and they're going to have different interest rates. They're going to have different fees. So take a look at those, read the fine print. If you have a credit card balance, maybe you need to do a balance transfer to something that has a lower interest rate. Maybe you need to do a 0% credit card. When I remodeled my first real estate investment, I put that remodel on a 0% credit card, and that really helped me be able to afford it. And then I could pay that off over the year after I did the remodel before it was actually due. And that was critical to me getting into real estate. Second chapter here is optimize your bank accounts and savings. Ramit talks a lot about how in Indian culture, they call and negotiate and barter. Call your banks, try to negotiate with them. When you have a checking account and a savings account, quite often the savings account has a higher interest that it will pay you. Right now, interest rates are high and that's great for savers. You can earn 4 to 5% in an average savings account. So if you check your savings account, if you have a 0.5%, 1%, get out of that. It's not worth it. You can transfer over. There's tons of great banks that'll pay you 4 to 5% for you putting your money in their savings account. Next is get ready to invest. So that's open up a common retirement account. You've got your 401ks, you've got your IRAs, like a Roth IRA, and that's post-tax dollars, and you save money over the long term by not paying any taxes on the interest as long as you take it out at 59 and a half at retirement age. So that can be a huge wealth builder if you open up a Roth IRA right now. Next is conscious spending, and that's building a budget. So yeah, we all have our wants, we all have our needs, and then we have our discretionary spending or our YOLO money. For me, the YOLO money was buying a camper so I can spend time in Glacier National Park and other national parks during the season of my life. You have to look at your budget. You have to plan out how much money do you have coming in. Often it's a fixed salary, or hourly for us. And then you've got to plan your spending. So it sucks to look at your bills and to figure all that out. It can be overwhelming. I totally get that. But it's necessary to consciously know and be in control of your money so your money is not in control of your life. Next chapter is save while you're sleeping. And that's really auto saving and auto investing. So once you have a budget, you can learn what's available to save and invest every month. And that's setting up an automatic transfer from your bank account to a Vanguard, to a Fidelity, to a brokerage account, and then you can start building wealth over time. Number 6 is the myth of financial expertise. So there's a ton of money to be made in finance and investing management for others because it's so overwhelming and because you can make so much money on compound interest. It's insane. So some of the myths here is that a financial advisor can do better than you can, and quite often they have hidden fees that they're not clear about articulating. That's coming out of your retirement. And so you need to be really thorough to understand what is the cost of using a financial advisor there, as well as timing the market. If Warren Buffett has the saying of dancing in and out of the market and how bad that can be. Buy and hold investing has been proven to be better for people time and time again by many, many people. So stop trying to beat the system and just play the system by its rules and you'll do well. The next chapter 7 is investing is only for rich people. And that's just not true. It's just like eating healthy is only for people with 6-packs. Anybody can invest, and over time you will build more wealth, and that's what's going to make you rich over time. You don't have to be rich to start investing. You have to start investing to get rich. And some of the easiest ways to do this are in a 401k. You've got your retirement date funds probably, And those can be great tools to build wealth over many decades. It's really just drawing up a plan for asset allocation. How many stocks do you want? How many bonds do you want from a percentage perspective, so that you can just set it and forget it for many, many years. Chapter 8 is easy maintenance. So you've got to feed the monster. More in equals more out later on. So if you want to live a rich life later on, save more, don't save nothing. So hopefully that's common sense for most people. And then along with easy maintenance, when to sell. Ideally, I was talking to a guy at the campground yesterday, and he's a big real estate investor, which I thought was pretty fascinating. And he was like, hey, can I give you a piece of advice? If real estate's ever being annoying and the remodels, the tenants, if you can just wait one more decade, he's like, it will be worth it time and time again. He had been investing for like 30 to 40 years. And his biggest piece of advice was just never sell and wait one more decade. And the property's going to increase again by 50%, by 100%. He's like, you'll really appreciate it later on in your life. And then last chapter by Ramit, which I think he's famous for here, is living a rich life. And that's planning for some of the bigger things in life. That's planning to purchase a home, planning to purchase a new car, saving up for those big expenses over many years, maybe getting into real estate investing, which can be a little more advanced strategy of investing, and then negotiating a salary, making a career shift. So that's the summary of Ramit Sethi's I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I'd encourage you to check it out. It's probably at your local library.